All right, good evening and welcome, wrestling fans. Mean Scheme here along with Jesse Lombardi as we count down the days to November 25th and the Survivor Series right here live on the Nation Network. Tonight, the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Champion of the World, Roddy Piper, will be here, and plenty more action. Stay with us. All right, fans, we welcome you to Primetime Wrestling. And tonight, some of the biggest names. We've got the Superfly, Jimmy Snuka on hand. Sergeant Slaughter going one-on-one with the Iron Sheik. And this man right here.
From Amarillo, Texas, weighing in at 247 pounds, Terry Funky.
Well, Terry Funk making his way down the aisle. This is a wily veteran right here. He is a #1 contender, in my opinion, for any title he decides he wants. And, of course, accompanied by the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Indeed, the Mouth of the South makes him that much more devious, that much more dangerous for anyone that steps in the ring with him. The Texas native, Terry Funk, one of the most unpredictable men to step inside the squared circle. And tonight, Barry Horowitz with the undesirable opportunity of going one-on-one with Terry Funk. As the two men meet in the middle of the ring, and Terry Funk goes straight up with a big power bomb. Oh, making a power slam. And Barry Horowitz feeling that one.
Not only Barry Horowitz, but his children will be born dizzy after that one.
Indeed, a suplex to follow it up, and right now, Terry Funk really laying into Barry Horowitz. Fans, the countdown is on as Barry Horowitz comes out the back door now. Went for a clothesline, completely missing Terry Funk with that one. The countdown on to Thanksgiving, the tradition Survivor Series right here on the Nation Network, starting at 8 o'clock a.m. Before the turkey is cooked, come and join us for the World Wrestling Federation, where teams of 4 go to war.
Well, the tradition is strong indeed. Teams of 4 in elimination tag team matchups. And we know that Roddy Piper will be defending the world title, even though we don't necessarily know who it's going to be against yet.
Oh, indeed, that picture has to be cleared up sometime in the near future. So many top contenders. As Terry Funk put in the boot to the midsection. Welcome aboard to everyone watching us here live on the Nation Network. Mr. Madman Swiss in the house. We appreciate you being here. Barry Horowitz once again turns the tables, and Terry Funk goes down. Hook in a leg. Barry Horowitz thinks he's got him.
You know, you're going to have to do a whole lot more than that to get Barry Horowitz, or to get Terry Funk out. I beg your pardon.
And now Terry Funk has got the sleeper hold locked on Barry Horowitz.
Well, Horowitz very fortunate to be out of that move. I thought for a moment the match would have been over.
Oh, what a chop to the chest. And now, the man who will pat himself on the back, taking the fight to Terry Funk here.
Well, Jimmy Hart outside the ring, and he's not liking the way things are going right now.
Oh, look at this. Barry Horowitz taking a page out of the book, perhaps, of Terry Funk.
Right in front of the referee, who's doing absolutely nothing about it.
Well, I beg your pardon, but correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't you the first person to support that type of chicanery?
Well, you know, the fact of the matter is, and I've often said it, you do what you gotta do to win a match. They don't ask you the next day how you won. They ask you if you won.
Indeed. And Barry Horowitz looking to pull off a major upset if he were to get a victory over Terry Funk here tonight.
Yeah, it would be a major upset. Quite frankly, I don't know that we'd have a bigger one we could refer back to.
Horowitz on Queer Street right now. I'm not sure where he's at. And Terry Funk making him pay the price.
Terry Funk, a member of a very legendary wrestling family. His brother, of course, the legendary Dory Funk Jr. His father, their father, Dory Funk Sr. These are men who have held championships throughout the world of professional wrestling, and now Terry Funk is right here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Oh, Terry Funk coming off the rope there with a big suplex, and Barry Horowitz in a lot of trouble. Jimmy Hart happy with what he's seeing here, but Barry Horowitz finds a way to kick out the back door to the utter shock and surprise of Terry Funk. Blocks the shot, and now the Funker sets him up. Oh, this could be it.
Oh, he's got a pile driver. Nicely done right there by Terry Funk. Talk about a family heirloom.
There's one, there's two, and just like that, it's over.
You don't get up from a pile driver from Terry Funk very often, I can tell you that for sure.
Well, we're going to take a look back at some of the moments from this one, and I'll tell you what, tremendous opening contest. Mr. Horowitz made a pretty valiant effort, but at the end of the day, look at it right there, he spiked him right into the canvas. As we look forward to November 25th, Survivor Series, will Terry Funk be a member of one of those 8-man teams? I don't know, but we'll find out.
Well, God knows Jimmy Hart has plenty of talent in his roster to choose from.
We're going to be seeing some of it here later tonight, including the Hart Foundation. Bret the Hitman Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart will be in action right here as part of Primetime Wrestling as we continue. Stay with us, fans, for plenty more action. All right, fans, we are back with more action coming your way. singles competition here tonight on Primetime Wrestling. As we take a look at the Brooklyn Brawler.
And his opponent from Shreveport, Louisiana, weighing in at 280 pounds, Junkyard Dog.
Well, the Junkyard Dog makes his way to the ring, and I'll tell you right now, he's doing all that shucking and jiving, but at the end of the day, that's not what's going to get it done. And the Brooklyn Brawler, not somebody you want to take lightly, I can tell you that right now.
Oh, hold on just a moment. To your point. Attacking the Junkyard Dog from behind. And now Steve Lombardi, the Brooklyn Brawler, putting the boots to the JYD.
Well, that's exactly what I predicted, isn't it? You take this guy lightly and you pay the price.
Big elbow drop right to the back. Referee's already called for the bell. This one's official, and the JYD is fighting from behind in this one, and now blocks the shot, comes back with a right hand. The Junkyard Dog has Lombardi up. Oh, and he just drops him, deposits him right down into the mat. And he covers, hooks the leg as one. He gets almost two.
Almost doesn't count.
And now the JYD with some retribution here. Lombardi backed into the corner. And the Dog unloading with some big, heavy lefts and rights. And now a hip toss takes him across the ring.
Well, the Junkyard Dog weathered the storm. And now the question is, can Lombardi fight his way out of this?
Oh, the headbutt. We've seen him put people away with that one in the past, and now the JYD really feeling it. Lombardi may rue the day that he attacked the JYD from behind. Working on that arm now is the Junkyard Dog. Will Lombardi have to give it up?
No, he manages to escape and give credit where credit is due.
Well, I won't take anything away from Mr. Lombardi, even though I don't agree with the tactics. But right now, he's on the receiving end of a lot of punishment at the hands of the JYD, looking to perhaps right some wrongs here. Went for a careless right hand, and it did not connect. And the JYD making him pay the price.
Well, the Junkyard Dog right now has completely turned the momentum around in his favor. Somehow or another, the Brooklyn Brawler is going to have to find a way to turn it back. Otherwise, this one's going to be over very shortly.
Oh, look at this. The JYD raining down with a fist of fury. And just like that, Lombardi in a lot of trouble. The JYD now, look at this, going up to the top rope.
Well, this is not something we normally see from him. And there you go. He pays the price.
Went for the headbutt, and there was nobody home. As the Brooklyn Brawler continues that street fight style that he is so comfortable with.
Yeah, there was a day he tried to be a wrestling wrestler, but he realized he had to go back to his roots. And now he'll just get down and dirty with you.
Big clothesline by the JYD, and the Junkyard Dog in control once again. Lombardi gonna have to find another way. And again, targeting the arm is the Junkyard Dog. The Brawler once again gets out of the situation he was in. Up and down with a big slam. And now the JYD with a headbutt. Goes for the cover, hooks the leg. Will that be it? 1, 2. Oh, and he got out.
Just barely kicking out. Lombardi's in a lot of trouble, and right now he's got to find a way.
Oh, the Brooklyn Brawler doesn't know where he's at after that headbutt. And now, speaking of headbutts, the JYD with a series of them. Lombardi's out. Hooks the leg, and that should be all she wrote. 2, and call it a night.
Well, I gotta tell you, I agree with part of the game plan of the Brooklyn Brawler. He came right out, attacked the JYD from behind, took an early advantage, and I quite honestly thought it was gonna be enough for him to ride that to the finish line, but apparently it wasn't.
Indeed, it was not. The JYD showing the wherewithal, the resilience to overcome. As we take a look back at some of the moments from this one, what an effort by the JYD. If he's on someone's team at the Survivor Series, you've got to think that they're going to have a big advantage.
I don't know about that. I mean, look, he had a good night tonight. I don't know that he's an all-out threat.
All right, fans, plenty more action still to come. Sergeant Slaughter, will he climb into the squared circle to go up against the Iron Sheik in just moments? Our main event, Superfly, Jimmy Snuka will be taking on Cowboy Bob Orton. Plenty more action still to come. Stay with us. All right, fans, in the ring at this time, the World Heavyweight Champion, Roddy Piper.
Everybody wants to know about Roddy Piper. Who you gonna fight? Who you gonna defend the World Championship against at Survivor Series? Well, who's left for me to defend the title against? I have proven myself to everybody out there. I have beaten the biggest and the best there is to become the World Heavyweight Champion. And nobody's been able to do anything about it. I look in that locker room. I don't see a lot of people stepping up. I could take on Mr. Wonderful, but I've been there, done that. I could take on Ace Cowboy Bob Orton, been there, done that. So maybe somebody like, I don't know, Mr. Perfect. Maybe somebody like Ravishing Rick Rude. It doesn't really matter, because Roddy Piper has been rowdy before rowdy was cool, man. And as I've said before, every time they think they got the answers, I change the questions. So who's it gonna be? Well,
hold on just a moment.
Oh, you've gotta be kidding me.
I think we all know who that's going to be.
I am so sick and tired of this guy coming out every opportunity trying to steal a spotlight. Roddy Piper already taught him a lesson at Saturday night's main event, and apparently he hasn't learned yet.
Well, I don't know. Hulk Hogan, the former World Heavyweight Champion, and you had to know that he was going to want another shot at that title.
How many does he get? Well, let me tell you something, Roddy Piper, man. The fact of the matter is this. Yeah, you got the win at Saturday night's main event, but you didn't beat Hulk Hogan. All you did, man, was you escaped the steel cage. You ran, man, like a scared little cat. I say we do this one last time at Survivor Series. 2 out of 3 falls until the best man is left standing. You know something? I kind of like that. Then it's a deal. 2 out of 3 falls at Survivor Series for the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. No. I don't like that part. I like the other part. Until one man is left standing. We don't need pinfalls. No countouts. No disqualifications. We fight until one man can't fight anymore. Brother. What are you saying, man? Are you saying what I think you're saying? Because I'll tell you right now, me and the millions of Hulkamaniacs, man, we're ready for whatever challenge you want to lay down as long as the WWF Heavyweight Championship's on the line. If you got the guts. Maybe you're not hearing me, bro. Maybe you don't understand. So I'll talk in smaller words. I accept. And I'm gonna teach you a lesson when one of us...
Oh my word! Roddy Piper just leveling Hulk Hogan. And now the Hulkster with 2 handfuls of hair and throwing Piper into the corner. And now it's the Rowdy one retaliating. These 2 men going. Hogan does not flinch.
Well, Roddy Piper had enough, and I can't blame him, man. Hogan just keeps on coming out, stealing the spotlight every chance he gets.
Roddy Piper now with Hulk Hogan. And over the top rope he goes. Big right hand, and Hogan blocks it. Comes back in with some more of his own.
Fireman carry nicely done by Roddy Piper.
Hogan has the champion up and slams him to the mat. And now working on the head and the neck. We need to get a referee out here. We need to get security out here.
Well, it's not a sanctioned match by any stretch of the imagination. And Piper holding his neck, he may be getting injured right before the big match at the pay-per-view. And it seems that it's right now, it's all set.
Piper and a clothesline, and down goes Hogan. And another clothesline, fans. We got to cut to a commercial break. We'll be back with more right here on Prime Time Wrestling. right, fans, we are back for more action. What a night it's been already here on WWF Primetime Wrestling.
It's scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 516 pounds, Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
The Hart Foundation making their way towards the ring. Once again, welcome aboard to everyone watching us live on the Nation Network. In the house right now, one of the Nation originals, Theo Clardy. Welcome aboard.
Indeed, we appreciate having you back here. It's been a long time. As we count down to November 25th and the Survivor Series, and just did you know 60% of the people who view our product are not subscribed to the Nation Network?
Yeah, I don't understand that. Hey, subscribe right away and make sure you click the bell for the notifications so that you know when we go live.
Indeed, it helps the channel out, so take a moment, click that subscribe button as we take a look at Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo, the former World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions.
This is going to be a tremendous tag team match right here. Both of these teams very, very well versed, very strong tag team.
No doubt about it, both of them former tag team champions. I'd say one advantage might be going to the Hart Foundation, being that they've got that distraction in that pipsqueak, Jimmy Hart.
Pipsqueak, what are you? You think you could beat him if you wanted to?
I don't know, I think it at least fair.
I'm not so sure about that. In the meantime, they've got Captain Lou on the other team. You don't think that's an equalizer?
Well, I wouldn't turn him down for a moment. The manager of 16 World Tag Team Champions, including Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo, the U.S. Express. And early on, it is Barry Windham from Sweetwater, Texas, getting the advantage over the Calgary native, Bret the Hitman Hart. Once again, all roads lead to November 25th as teams of four go to war in the Survivor Series, the annual tradition here on the Nation Network. Irish whip now sending, oh, the referee just got caught.
Well, that's what happens if you don't get out of the way. Referee doesn't know how to position himself. That's his own fault. I hope he doesn't do something stupid like try to disqualify the Hart Foundation.
Well, thus far, it looks like he's going to acknowledge that it was his own mistake, and the match continues. Barry Windham with a sit-out slam on Jim the Anvil Neidhart. We see Captain Lou Albano ringside getting a close look at his tag team as they look to regain tag team gold. And fans, now's as good a time as any to let you know about a major event coming up here on the Nation Network. It is the Tag Team Wrestling Classic, a one-night tag team tournament. The winners will be the #1 contenders for the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship, currently held by the Twin Towers.
Indeed, that's going to be a tremendous night of tag team action, and we've got some of the greatest tag teams you'll ever find anywhere.
It is going to be one heck of a night. I am looking forward to that. More information will be coming to your way right here on the Nation Network. You ought to be subscribed. Click that subscribe button so you don't miss out.
Shout out to Scott W. watching us live on the Nation Network tonight.
Indeed, we welcome you all, and thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. Barry Windham with a big boot right to the head as Bret the Hitman Hart gets stunned, and now the tag mate in Mike Rotundo. The All-American from Syracuse, New York, got caught by the Hitman. The excellence of execution caught him on the big bulldog.
Well, of course, Bret the Hitman Hart comes from a legendary wrestling family. The Hart Foundation really started out with his father, Stu Hart. The Dungeon in Calgary, world renowned, has produced some of the greatest and the toughest wrestlers anywhere in the world.
Indeed, if you come out of that dungeon and you are still in one piece, you are ready for the World Wrestling Federation. And now, nice suplex done by Mike Rotundo. Makes the tag, and here comes Barry Windham one more time. The U.S. Express. Exciting tag team, a quick tag made. I don't even think Barry Windham made contact with Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
He didn't, and realistically, I believe by the rules, the referee should not have allowed that tag. I believe you have to make contact before you make a tag.
Well, there has been some discrepancies between, or I should say, indiscrepancies, where teams have gotten away with that in the past. And now look at this. A free fall suplex. Going to work on the head and the neck. Into the turnbuckle, head first. Goes with a small baggage, and he got him. He pulled it off. Can you believe it?
That's an upset in my opinion. I can't believe they did that.
From out of nowhere, that small package, he caught him.
Here are your winners.
What an unbelievable outcome. Tremendous victory right there for the U.S. Express, and I don't think the Hart Foundation saw that one coming.
Or for one, I want to see a rematch between those two teams because I believe the Hart Foundation will even the score.
Well, perhaps we'll see that at the Tag Team Wrestling Classic. Ladies and gentlemen, more action still to come. All right, fans, this one is one I've been waiting for. No love lost between these two individuals.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Tehran, Iran, weighing in at 258 pounds, Iron Sheik.
Well, the Iron Sheik, former World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, and he knows a win over Sergeant Slaughter will go a long way in his opportunity to get back to the top of the rankings here in the World Wrestling Federation. And of course, classy Freddie Blassie.
Indeed, the fashion plate himself, Freddie Blassie, considers himself the maker of champions, and you can't deny that. The Iron Sheik, formerly one half of the World Tag Team Champions, formerly the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion, as you alluded to moments ago. And the battles between the Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter are legendary, and they are not over yet. Tonight, they write a new chapter.
Well, we talk about the Survivor Series. Teams of 4 go to war, and can you imagine a team captained by Sergeant Slaughter and a team captained by the Iron Sheik?
Oh, and not only could I imagine it, but I think a lot of fans would like to see that one. As Sergeant Slaughter makes his way down towards the ring with Old Glory.
Island, South Carolina, weighing in at 304 pounds, Sergeant Slater.
Well, Sergeant Slaughter, I'll say one thing for him. He's a tough Marine. I'm going to give him credit for that. But I'll tell you right now, the Iron Sheik, not one to be played with. Hey, he's a former bodyguard to the Shah of Iran. I mean, you've got to have something going for you for that role.
Well, indeed, the Iron Sheik, an accomplished medalist in the Olympics. Sergeant Slaughter, however, representing Old Glory, the Stars and Stripes. And he is ready to go to war with the Iron Sheik at any moment. And the bell sounds, action underway, and here we go. And the Iron Sheik with a shoulder block right off the bat. And now using the pointed tips of those boots on Sergeant Slaughter. A lot of controversy around those boots.
What do you mean controversy? Nothing has ever been proven. There's just a lot of people that like to make commentary about it. The fact of the matter is, the WWF officials have allowed those boots, and I gotta believe they wouldn't if there was something wrong with them.
Slaughter on the receiving end right now as the Iron Sheik continues to use those boots. And I'll tell you, why would he be doing it, Jess? Why would he be using those boots so much if they weren't loaded?
What do you mean? He's putting the boots to him. Why not? If it's working, it clearly is.
No, I've seen Sergeant Slaughter take shots before, but not having that reaction. And now the Irish whip reversal and the Sheik going out over the top rope. Slaughter is there. And a huge right hand drop in the Iron Sheik, and outside the floor, the action taking place now. Oh, there's another shot by the Sheik. Clubbing right hands, shot to the midsection.
The Iron Sheik doing a number right now on Sergeant Slaughter.
And now, wait a minute. What is happening here? The Iron Sheik going underneath the ring. He's got a steel chair. This is not a non-disqualification match.
6.
Went for the swing and nobody home. Went for it again.
7.
Oh, Slaughter just got caught. The Sheik going to work on Sergeant Slaughter. You got to be kidding me. Fans will be back in just a moment with more. This is a travesty. All right, wrestling fans, we are back, and it's time for the main event of the evening.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Kansas City, weighing in at 243 pounds, Cowboy Bob Orton.
The former bodyguard of the current World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion Roddy Piper, Ace Cowboy Bob Orton.
Well, since leaving Roddy Piper, Ace has had a little bit of an up and down career. He's had some big wins, but he's also come up on the losing end of a few big matches as well. Tonight would be a big one in his cap if he can get the victory over the Superfly.
Indeed it would be, but the same could be said for Superfly Jimmy Snuka. For as great as that man's wrestling career has been here in the World Wrestling Federation, he has yet to hold any championship gold, and a lot of people think that it's only a matter of time.
I think the reason he hasn't held the gold so much is because he just doesn't have the mentality.
I beg your pardon.
Weighing in at 243 pounds, Jimmy Snuka.
The Superfly, Jimmy Snuka, making his way towards the ring. And I've got to say, I do not agree with the comments of Jesse the Body Ventura moments ago. I believe this man has everything he needs to become a champion here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, you can believe that all you want, but the bottom line is this: has he ever held gold?
To this point in time, no.
Well, there it is. I rest my case. He's been around long enough. I think if it was going to happen, it would have happened by now.
Captain Lou Albano in the corner of the Superfly Jimmy Snuka as these two men lock up collar and elbow in the middle of the ring. Our main event on Primetime Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we remind you, if you're not already subscribed, click that button right now. Make sure you click the notification bell so that you know when we go live. Nice hip toss by the Superfly.
Shout out to Juan Cordero here live on the Nation Network for Primetime Wrestling.
Indeed, once again, shout out to those watching us live here on the Nation as Primetime sets us up for the countdown to November 25th, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we remind everyone, when you go to bed tonight, set your clocks back 1 hour.
Yeah, I love this time of year. 1 extra hour of sleep. Who doesn't want that?
Double sledgehammer right to the head, and now Cowboy Bob Orton in trouble. As the Superfly tries to take him over. Back heel trip takes him down, however.
Well, that's one thing I mentioned in earlier. Cowboy Bob Orton, I believe he'll outsmart Superfly Jimmy Snuka. I think that's the reason Snuka hasn't had the gold before. He just doesn't have the mentality. He might have all the physical gifts in the world, but then he's just outsmarted. Look at what Roddy Piper did to him. Got so deep in his head that Snuka just couldn't focus on the match.
Well, indeed, there is a very deep, rich history between Roddy Piper and that Superfly Jimmy Snuka. And now Snuka with a snapmare on Cowboy Bob Orton. That's not going to be enough.
Back to the mentality again. Who would think that they're going to pin Cowboy Bob Orton on a snapmare?
Captain Lou Albano, the guiding light outside the ring, perhaps to direct Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
That's your guiding light? Let me tell you something. If that's your guiding light, then I don't think you've got much of a guide. Talk about traveling into the abyss.
Well, again, the track record of Mr. Albano you cannot ignore. 16-time World Tag Team Champions under his watch. That doesn't happen by accident, you know it. Big right hand right there by Ace Cowboy Bob Orton, and Superfly is down. As we're going to keep an eye on that left arm, that cast, which we have seen Cowboy Bob Orton used on a number of occasions.
Just like you were talking about the Iron Sheik earlier, you want to blame the boots. Now you want to blame the cast. You haven't seen him even use the cast. He's got a legitimate medical injury. Doctors have checked it out. The World Wrestling Federation allows the cast. Now, if that's part of his body and he uses it and the referee doesn't see it or disqualify him, then that's all good as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I would expect you to be in favor of that.
Absolutely. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Hook in the leg and almost got him there. It has been one heck of a night of wrestling here on Prime Time. Oh, look at that sleeper hold. And the Superfly is fading. Will it be enough?
He's going, and he's going quick. Referee's right there to ask him if he's had enough.
Indeed, it's over. Cowboy Bob Orton with a tremendous victory over Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Well, some people might call it an upset, but I don't. Once again, outsmarting the Superfly.
Tremendous finish, and Cowboy Bob Orton had that cinched in deep.
Here is your winner, Cowboy Bob Orton.
Fans, we're going to see you on November 25th, Thanksgiving, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be the Survivor Series. Until then, so long, everyone.